some people in this fandom like to make fun of Cho Chang.
Did Cedric say anything about me before he died?
No, Cho, he didn't. You know why? Because he was too busy getting murdered. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. Listen, was Cho allergic to reading the room? Absolutely. But I think we need to take into account that people dislike Cho because the books are told from Harry's point of view. And Harry was allergic to being a good boyfriend. So this video is dedicated to seeing if I can change your mind about Cho Chang by giving you her side of the story. It will not be an easy task, but I'm committed. Let's go. By the way, I'm currently in my grandma's apartment in Hong Kong. So it's a fitting location to talk about everyone's favorite Chinese character. She's also the only Chinese character. But I'm going to specifically be talking about book Cho, but let's get this out of the way real quick. Movie Cho was not a snitch. I see everyone talking about movie Cho being like, I hate her, girl was such a snitch. Did we watch the same movie? She was given Veritaserum by Umbridge. I'm here to talk about book Cho. Let's do a little exercise here. Let's jump into Cho's shoes for a second. I want you to close your eyes. You don't actually have to close your eyes, I thought that sounded cool to say. Imagine you're at Hogwarts, okay? Imagine you're thriving. Imagine you have a lot of great friends, you're seeker of the Quidditch team, you're doing great in your classes because you're a really smart Ravenclaw. You do have to deal with the fact that the Hogwarts house elves don't know how to make boba, but it's minor in the grand scheme of things. And most importantly, you have a great boyfriend, a hot boyfriend, but you don't care about that. You love him because he is the most good guy you have ever known. Listen, the movies did my boy Cedric just like a tiny bit dirty. The part where he was laughing with his friends at the Potter Stakes badges, okay, book Cedric would never. Your boyfriend is chosen as the Hogwarts champion because he's perfect, and that's when you lose everything. Someone just got murdered, it's your boyfriend. You don't get any therapy because it's the 90s and no one's heard of mental health. All summer long, the newspaper and the government are publishing propaganda saying that your boyfriend just died because he was dumb and it was just an accident. Speaking of being Chinese, look, my mom cut me these fruits because she didn't want me to be hungry while I was filming this video. You get back to school and all your friends have fallen for this propaganda, so now you got a dead boyfriend, you got no friends, even your parents are like, hey, don't talk about this, okay? Just bottle it all up inside until you die. Have fun at school, sweetie. There's only one person in the entire world you can talk to, and that is unfortunately Harry Potter. Harry Potter, who you maybe kind of have like a little crush on, so things are gonna get messy, and Dumbledore still hasn't invested in Hogwarts therapists. So you kiss him, and you don't have any friends who care about you enough to tell you, hey girl, red flag, girl, bad timing. It turns out that while Cedric was the most kind and empathetic man you had ever met, Harry is, look, I don't say any of this to demonize Harry. Harry was understandably unwell in this book, but also Harry was objectively mean to Cho. He's literally like, oh, I don't know if I want to go on a date with a girl if she's depressed. Dang Harry, if my mega hot boyfriend died and I was stuck with you, I would be depressed too. That was a joke. Stop typing the hate comment to me in the comments. I respect Harry. I respect his right to be a bad boyfriend. Okay, I think we need a brief break to cool down after that burn. So let me tell you what I hate about traveling. Yeah, the 15-hour plane ride is bad, but worse, I can't bring my books with me. Obviously the answer is audiobooks because I love listening to audiobooks, but what if I don't want to pay for all my audiobooks separately because I'm spending all my money here on food? Luckily, Spotify now has audiobooks in premium and I'm so excited to partner with them to show it to you. You can now access a library of over 200,000 titles with your Spotify premium subscription. I can listen to Percy Jackson on the beach.
I felt the rhythm of the sea, the waves growing larger as the tide rolled in.
Or Twilight on a hike in the woods.
His shirt open over his sculpted, incandescent chest, his scintillating arms bare.
Or the 4-hour audiobook of Lord of the Rings, which would be 1/4 of the time of my plane ride home.
Frodo, Pippin and Sam made camp in the deep resin-scented darkness of a patch of fir wood.
So go check out audiobooks in premium on Spotify and let me know which audiobook you're excited to listen to first. Okay, are we all thinking of our favorite audiobooks instead of the fact that I just insulted Harry? Great, good. That worked perfectly. So let me take you back to Cho and Harry now. They are on their Valentine's Day date, and I think we all remember how that went. The date is going okay, even if Harry is being a little less than enthusiastic about the super cute tea shop that you like, but all of a sudden, Harry drops the bomb that he is going to a different restaurant to meet another girl on Valentine's Day. Not just any girl, a girl he spends 99% of his time with. Okay, now we as readers know that there's nothing going on between Harry and Hermione, but like Cho doesn't know that. And the only context Harry provides to her is, oh, quote, "She asked me to go, so I thought I would." This is the part that everyone gets upset at Cho for, and that is the fact that she brings up Cedric to a clearly traumatized Harry who does not want to talk about it, which I'll admit, yeah, it's bad. Like I said, allergic to reading the room. But I think there is a key detail here that people are missing, and that is the fact that Cho wasn't just bringing up Cedric for her own needs to get closure for herself. That was obviously a part of it. But a large part of the reason that Cho brings up Cedric to Harry is that she thinks she's helping Harry by doing so. Right? Cho has been so isolated and alone in her grief, and she mistakenly assumes that because Harry is the only person she has to talk to, that she must be the only person Harry has to talk to, and she's trying to let him know that she's willing to be that support system for him. She tells him, quote, "I thought you'd understand I need to talk about it. Surely you need to talk about it too." Harry's response to this hand that Cho reaches out to him is, "Oh, well, sucks for you that you have no one to talk to, is that you don't have any friends, but I've already talked to Ron and Hermione. Yeah, that's right, I'll talk to Hermione, who I'm leaving you to go meet on a Valentine's Day date, but I won't talk to you, my sort of kind of girlfriend." Cho, of course, starts crying. I would too. I have cried for less. I cry when people honk their horns at me when I'm driving. Harry starts laughing at her. For context, he's laughing in relief because he's realized the reason Cho is irritated with him is because she thinks that he has all these girls lined up with to go on dates with for Valentine's Day, which is understandable considering he's literally just told her he's leaving to go meet Hermione. But all Cho hears is him laughing after she's just poured her heart out. Harry, read the room. Cho, of course, leaves. And instead of Harry apologizing, he's just like, "Women," and then calls her a human hosepipe. He doesn't do it to her face, at least he has like 1 ounce of tact. The second thing people like to drag Cho for is for defending her friend who snitched on Dumbledore's army, because remember in the book it was not Cho, it was her friend Marietta who was the snitch. First of all, don't tell me that none of you have not defended your friends when they've done questionable things, but more importantly, we have to remember that in the book, unlike the movie, there were no repercussions of Marietta snitching on them. In the movie, they're all punished severely with Umbridge's blood quill. In the book, nothing happens except their club gets disbanded, which is bad, but it's not like the worst thing to happen in the grand scheme of things. The only real consequence is that Dumbledore is forced to leave the school because he takes the fall for Dumbledore's army. But the fact is that the Ministry was looking for an excuse to kick Dumbledore out of the school. If it wasn't that, they would have found something else. So Cho being a bit upset on behalf of her friend for Hermione permanently messing up her face as punishment for their club getting disbanded is a little valid. And then Harry's response is, "Well, actually, Cho, Hermione's actions were brilliant. Also, don't cry again." Again, this is all valid of Harry, who is the one who has to deal with the repercussions and guilt of Dumbledore leaving the school. But Cho doesn't know that because Harry refuses to talk to her. In the end, of course, it is neither Cho or Harry's fault. I will scream it to the stars. It is Dumbledore's fault for not providing mental health services to the traumatized students of his school, some of whom he is personally responsible for traumatizing. But that's a whole nother video. All right, did I change your mind? Did I do the opposite and just reaffirm your hatred for Cho and now you're doubled down on hating her? Let me know in the comments. I always love hearing thoughts and discussing. And if you liked that, and you're new here, I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, I'm Michaela. Oops. Please subscribe, and I will see you for future videos.
Cedric wouldn't have done this to me. He would not have done.
He's dead. Literally, can move on. Move on.